Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I wanted to get on today. I haven't been on for a few days, but I did have a few comments on a few previous videos that I wanted to address and kind of go over. I also have been thinking a lot about kind of the channel and how I put out videos, and I've kind of come to the conclusion that I want to put out a video that has a little bit more production value, gives you guys a little bit more sense of the news, and just, you know, has video of what's happening in the news. But I also wanted to kind of condense it down into one video that you can get. If you don't watch me the entire week, you can watch my videos, and I plan on doing it Friday morning-ish. I'll put out a video that'll be kind of a weekly recap that'll have a lot more production value, a lot more streamlined kind of video that you can always just, you know, watch those videos and kind of get a good sense of, you know, what's going on. That way you won't have to watch, you know, 7 hours of me doing videos every day. You might not get the news right away, but it'll be there. And you'll at least be able to keep up with what's going on with just one video. So I plan on kind of starting that this Friday, where I'll have a bit better of a production of a video that will kind of cover the entire week or so of news and relevant things. Other than that, I probably will hop on here and there to do videos, kind of like what I'm doing today, where I'm answering questions that I've gotten in the comments, and just kind of a little less scripted, off topic, where you'll get me a little bit more a genuine sense of, you know, how I feel about things. So just to let you guys know what's going on with that, I do plan on doing those weekly recap videos at the end of the week on Fridays from now on. So something to look forward to if you guys can't, you know, tune in to every little video throughout the week that I am doing, or, you know, other influencers, other YouTubers, or, you know, whatever crypto news throughout the week. If you don't have that much time to spend. So, okay, so let's get into it, guys. I did have, like I said, a few comments on the last video. The first one comes in from Reagan Sampson, 1927 again. And they say, I'd like to see more info on tools of the trade. News sources. Do you use a VPN, and which one? Phone, laptop, or PC, apps that you find useful, exchange wallets, other influencers that you find valuable to follow, and anything else that you can think of that would be helpful for us who are the baby birds trying to fly. Okay, so let's break that down. The first one was news sources. So as far as news sources go, I do generally get notifications just through my web browser, just from algorithm. Basically, I'll log into, you know, Google or whatever, and I'll see certain things that are going, just headlines that'll pop up. But as far as like regular sources, I do have an app on my phone called Crypto News, and I kind of use this fairly sparingly because it has everything, you know. So it has everything from Cointelegraph, which is fairly reputable, down to some really weird sources. So I will use that if I'm looking for what's going on. But I always, you know, once you find an article, I don't ever go straight off of that app and just trust it blindly, because it does have, you know, in my opinion, some questionable sources. So if I do find something on there that I'm like, whoa, this, always verify, try and find another source that will back it up. You know, just got to be smart. Don't, you know, see a headline on that app and go, oh, I need to buy $100,000 worth based on this one article. I need to buy $100,000 worth of a meme coin called My Small Pepe, or, you know, whatever. You know, always verify, even with Cointelegraph. Honestly, Cointelegraph's fairly big in the crypto news sector. But if you guys remember back before, like right around when the ETF was getting approved, we had a big leak from Cointelegraph. I think it was Cointelegraph, that basically came out and said on their Twitter, said ETFs are approved. It was like a day or two before the ETFs actually got approved. And the markets pumped up really fast. And then people who actually were trying to verify it found out quickly that it wasn't yet approved, and we dumped bigger than we went up. So always verify, guys, when you're looking at any news. So I do have, as far as news sources go, that's a decent one. I also do get it onto X, and X is kind of a pretty good, decent place. If you're looking and you're following crypto on X or Twitter, you should get a decent stream of some decent news, and you can kind of refine your who you're following on X too, so you can kind of follow the more reputable people. And I could go through reputable people on there, but that would take me all day. You'll get a good sense of it, but know that even going there, you should verify things that are going on. Other news sources, honestly, there are a few YouTube channels that I do watch. And that was another question that you had. Other influencers that I find valuable to follow. Really, I've over the last little while, I've followed quite a few, but I've really kind of narrowed it down to maybe three or four that I really kind of watch, just because. There's some that just, they don't verify what they're saying, and some of them just don't know a lot about what they're talking about. So one, for finance in general, he's pretty pro Bitcoin. He owns Bitcoin. He talks about it quite often, but his channel isn't limited to just Bitcoin. Is Andre Geek. It's on let me just find it and I can spell it out for you. It's kind of a strange spelled last name, is Geek. Let's see. Andre Geek, AndreiJikh. And the thing with him is he's kind of a magic nerd, and he'll do magic tricks, but he has unbelievable production value in all of his videos, and they're interesting, they're fun to watch. And it actually, for the most part, has really pretty good information in it. So he's one that I watch. Obviously, Raoul Pal is another one. There's not much that I don't agree with when it comes to Raoul Pal. He doesn't do a lot of news. Just know that he has a lot more about global liquidity kind of thing, and cycles and where we're at in the cycle. So he's a good one to watch. As far as news goes, and just day-to-day things, I really like Scott Melker and his YouTube. Every Monday he has a group of 4 on there, and one of them is Dave Lavish, who is really, really good too. So the other 2 are kind of neither here nor there. Mike McGlone and sorry, it's not Dave Lavish, James Lavish. Dave is the other guy, and he's very pro Bitcoin. Mike is always the bear of the group, which makes for a good watch, honestly. But James Lavish is always good. He is also a guest oftentimes on Natalie Brunel, her website or her podcast and YouTube. And she's another good one. She has a lot of different guests on, but every once in a while she'll have Preston Pish and James Lavish and a few others on that are kind of their own little clique, but they're worth a watch also. Other than that, guys, I've kind of whittled it down to those handful, just because they're, everybody else. There is one other one that I do watch as far as news. He is called Crypto Zombie, and I like how his format on things, and he will go through the charts and things, which you do get with Scott Melker as well. But Crypto Zombie is he's an interesting character. The one thing I will say about him is he does promote these exchanges that you can get on and use leverage with. So just don't get on there and fall into what he's advertising there, because I absolutely do not agree with that. And actually, I'll show you kind of some more pet peeves about the liquidations and leverage that we've just seen in the last day. So anyways, yeah, those are the kind of the influencers. As far as a VPN goes, I really haven't used a VPN, and it's not that I don't think they're valuable. I absolutely do, but in my situation, so far it just hasn't made sense. I live out in the middle of the country, where I don't have people around me that are trying to hack into my Wi-Fi and whatnot. A VPN will also protect you from your internet service provider, which is a good thing. But at this point, just weighing things, I just don't use it. If I was going out outside of my house and getting on different Wi-Fis, like going to the library and getting on their Wi-Fi and doing crypto related things on other people's Wi-Fis, I probably would use a VPN. And if I had a lot of people around me, it would be a lot more, that would weigh into a decision, on using a VPN. So, personally right now, I don't use a VPN. I do employ, about every other security measure that you can think of. Two-factor authentication on absolutely everything. Getting off exchanges with your coins, all of those things. I just haven't made the leap into VPN yet. But I could at any moment. I do think they're valuable, but I just, weighing out whether I need one or not at this point, I haven't employed one. So, another thing, you'll just have to, for your situation, you'll kind of have to weigh out, the pros and the cons of that. A VPN will slow down your internet speeds as well. So, there's that. There are some pluses and minuses to it. So, okay, so getting on phone, laptop, or PC. For the most part, anytime another reason I don't have a VPN is I'm not actively trading anything really. There is I do have a wallet with a small amount of things that I do every day, but I'm not actively trading big amounts of anything. I'm much more of a buy and hold kind of person, so I'm not doing a lot. But when I do, for my everyday thing, and even some of the big trades that I've been buying, I do use my phone most often, not quite all the time, but most often I am using my phone. It's just easy, simple. The apps are seamless. It's just kind of an easier way for me to do it. So I do use my phone a lot more for that kind of stuff. Okay, apps that I find useful. I've mentioned the crypto news app, TradeView. If you want to look at charts, TradeView is absolutely 100% what you want to use. And you can just use the free version. You don't have to buy into their subscription service or anything, unless you need a lot more, versatility, I guess. What else do I got going on here? CoinMarketCap, for tracking your own portfolio. CoinMarketCap, as well as, reading about other coins and just general information. CoinMarketCap is a great app to have. Let's see. And also, hot wallets, wallets that are on the internet, but off of exchanges. So I absolutely love Phantom. It's a hot wallet that, you can put quite a bit of stuff in there. You can hold Ethereum. You can actually load any wallet into Phantom. So I have like 5 wallets that are controllable through the Phantom app. I also have Coinbase's wallet, which is kind of the same thing. I just like the user interface of Phantom a lot better. You can get onto the web browser in almost any of these hot wallets and get into using decentralized apps and decentralized exchanges, all of that. So Phantom's one that I really like. As far as apps go, other than like my Tangem app, I use for, my Tangem wallet that I've bought. Yeah, other than that, I think those are kind of my main apps that I really like to use. Let's see, exchanges. So as far as getting money out of my bank and into crypto and vice versa, Coinbase is kind of the one that I've fallen on. I don't love Coinbase, but I've, overall, it seems to be the best for me. I've used Kraken, I've used Binance, I've used Uphold, and probably a few others. But as far as centralized exchanges go, Coinbase, as annoying and as many problems as Coinbase has, it seems to be the easiest and most default for me. Now, I will say this, guys. Anytime I can possibly use a decentralized exchange, if I'm doing anything in the Solana ecosystem, if I'm buying Solana, if I'm selling Solana, if I'm using any other SPL Solana-based token, I will use Jupiter, the decentralized exchange, one of the decentralized exchanges for Solana. Ethereum also has decentralized exchanges. Uniswap is the big one there. But anytime I can possibly use a decentralized exchange, I absolutely do. And the reason for that is it's decentralized. You know, it's not on, I don't have to have my coins on an exchange out of my control, for one. For two, the fees are generally cheaper, and the fees don't go to a big corporation. The fees that you're charged on decentralized exchanges go to regular people like you and I that are providing liquidity for those exchanges. So those things, and you know, the third reason is decentralized exchanges just typically tend to be more straightforward and easy to deal with than the exchanges, the centralized exchanges. You know, Jupiter is just, you know, once you've used it, it is so simple. And again, guys, you can, the way I access and use decentralized exchanges is through hot wallets like Phantom or Coinbase Wallet or MetaMask, or, you know, any Soulflare, whatever wallet you're using. You should have a web browser tab, usually at the bottom or the top or whatever, that you can click on, and you can use dApps within that web browser. And usually it'll bring up, you know, top dApps that are used, and it'll be like Uniswap and Jupiter and several NFT marketplaces, places to stake, things like that. Or you can just go up to the top search bar and search for whatever decentralized app you're looking for. So, you know, just anytime I can use a decentralized app, I do. Unfortunately, I haven't found I don't know that there is a great decentralized app for Bitcoin yet. If you know of one, let me know in the comments, because I would love to use it. But so far, I've just been defaulting to any Bitcoin that I'm trading or buying through Coinbase. And then I transfer it off of Coinbase as soon as I can. Okay, so I think that pretty much covers most of that comment. Anything else that I can think of that would be helpful for the baby birds in crypto? You know, honestly, that is pretty much it. I will say that the first 10 or so videos that I put out on this channel was really aimed towards the baby birds, as you put it, you know, that I'm trying to help out. So if you go back and watch my first 10 or so videos, you'll get a really good idea. I actually go through a few tutorials on exchanges and wallets and things like that. So if you go back and watch those videos, you'll get a really good sense of what I feel, you know, the baby birds of crypto really need to know. So, again, thank you for the comment, Reagan Sampson, 1927. Appreciate it. Love doing these kind of things. So if any of you guys have any comments or anything that you'd like to see me cover like this, let me know in the comments anytime. I'm more than happy to kind of go over things like this with you guys. The other comment I had was from Crypto88 E1F. And it says, can you explain your opinion on Supra, Supra Labs? Thank you for the comment. Again, I am, so I have heard of Supra. I haven't really taken a big look at what Supra is. So this is how I would go about that, guys. First of all, I would jump over first and foremost to, let's see, CoinMarketCap right here, guys. Just go over, you can search for CoinMarketCap and you'll get this website. You'll go over there, or you can just have the app on your phone, guys. The same difference. But you can go over here up at the search bar. We can put in Supra, and there it is. We'll click on that. We'll come down. It'll give us kind of the price and the graph of it all. Looks like for the day it is doing fairly well. Let's go to the yearly. Actually, it looks like this is a pretty new coin, going back to November of this year. So it's only maybe a month old or so. Let's just go to all. Yeah, right around the end of November. So this is a really, really new token, which is either good or bad. You know, if you want something that's if you want to play things a little more conservative, you might wait a minute to see what comes out about Supra Labs. So the next thing, you know, on the flip side of that, this is something that, you know, you would be very early into getting into. It's gone from 0.01, like a penny, to like 6 or 7 cents, and back down to about 5 cents today. So it does, you know, so far so good, looks like, for Supra. Let's go over to this About tab. This is what I would look for. Supra is a powerful layer 1 blockchain ecosystem bringing users a new level of interoperability and decentralization. Supra's suite of groundbreaking protocols include a highly performant decentralized oracle, a trustless decentralized bridge, and a highly advanced decentralized verifiable random function service. Okay, so it's a layer 1. It sounds like its main thing is that it provides interoperability between chains. So that's a great project. You know, if they do it right, you know, this way you could use different coins in different ecosystems, basically, with something like this, which would be very, very cool. There aren't a lot of chains that really do that. There are some, but I haven't yet found one that I totally love. So if they do this right, could be something really cool. The interesting thing here, though, guys, is that's all the About CoinMarketCap has. Doesn't have a link to their website or their white paper or anything, which is maybe just because it's so new. But what I did actually when I was kind of preparing for this video is I went over to ChatGPT and just asked, you know, a bit about it. This is always another good research source if you want to use AI. I will say AI is just like anything else, though. You will want to verify. But sometimes asking simple questions will get you on the right track as far as ChatGPT or any AI goes. It'll give you a little bit better verbiage and what to ask next, basically. But I did go over here. I asked it, you know, do they have a website? It said it did. So we're going to go over here. This is their homepage, Supra. And you've got, you know, products, developers, ecosystem, learn, community, and about. Obviously, I go to the about thing. And one thing I really look for, especially with small new tokens, is I want to look into the team. So let's go to this about, and we'll go to the team. A lot of coins, they might be getting better, but a lot of coins that I've taken interest with in the past, you'll go to this team thing and you'll scroll down, and their pictures will be avatars, like cartoonish looking, NFT looking avatars. It doesn't look like this is the case for Supra. They've got, real people pictured here. Now, what I would do is I'd kind of read through this and see what their qualifications are, certain things like that. But it does look like, they've got some PhD from Purdue, PhD from the University of Southern California. Seems on the surface, just from this little bit, it seems a little more reliable than something I've some coins I've seen in the past. I would still go into a lot more research into this than I'm going to do here. But, from what I can tell, this looks so far like a decent project. But these are the kind of things you'd really want to read through all of this stuff. You might really want to go back to Coinbase or CoinMarketCap and go to the news and read through some news on Supra. See what people are saying. Go to X and see what people are saying. I wouldn't put too much heavily into X because everybody has their opinion, right? But if you go over there, you should be able to, search for Supra, and you should be able to get a mix of kind of the criticisms and the people that really like it. So you'll be able to kind of sift through that and get a good idea. As far as, I'm going to say right now, it's early on for these guys, which again is a good or a bad thing. I won't tell you whether I would, go into this, because like I said, I would have to do a lot more research into this. So, but what I will say is, so far so good in just this 5 or 10 minute search for Supra. So could be a coin to look into. Market cap is only $318 or $311 million. So it's a very small market cap. Again, this could be a really good thing or something to be a little conservative about. So, you might, here we go. I didn't see this. They do have a link on CoinMarketCap to their white paper and their website. So, again, that's good. I just didn't expect it to be over here. I expected it to be under the About tab. So yeah, thank you for your question. Again, whoever you were, Crypto88E1F. Thank you for the comment. Again, guys, if you have any comments like this, let me know. More than happy to kind of walk you through some of the things with different tokens and things like that I can help you guys out with. At least give you something to think about. All right, so let's get into a quick recap on some things that have been going on. The last few days we've had some red days, and I've been, running on the treadmill, looking at prices, going, a little aggravating. But the past few days, I've been looking at the CPI data that will come out Wednesday. And that's kind of what I thought was going on with the market. You know, the market gets kind of jittery between or right before any big inflation data like CPI, as well as FOMC meetings and things like that. So that's what I suspected was going on. And as we saw on market open today, the CPI numbers came out and Bitcoin resumed trading and you know, shot up. So I do want to go over to the actually I want to go over and show you guys the Fed Watch tool. This is the interest rate gauge that kind of shows what markets are expecting as far as the FOMC meeting and any rate changes. And you'll see, guys, right after that CPI came out today, it pretty much solidified the chances of getting a rate cut on the 18th of this month. We went from like 88% yesterday to 94.7% chance that we will get a rate cut this month. So pretty much cooked in that we're going to get a rate cut this month, which is, you know, always good for Bitcoin, always good for crypto. You know, more liquidity and cheaper loans coming into the system. The more money there's going to be flying around, and generally for all markets is going to be a good thing. Now, as I was saying, you know, the past few days we've had, you know, some shaky volatility. We did see, when was it? It was the 5th when we saw that crazy volatility where we basically dropped $4,000 in 1 minute, in less than 1 minute. But yesterday was just, it wasn't as bad. We didn't go down to like the 90,000, 91,000 or whatever we hit on the 5th, but it was decently bad, guys. And as expected, you know, this is from yesterday. Bitcoin sees most liquidations since 2021 as crazy reset wipes $1.6 billion worth of leverage. And this is just, guys, if you've watched my videos, you know this is one of my pet peeves, is leverage traders just doing this, losing their money to big whales that just find it advantageous to short-term dump the price on volumes that they can do this, and they just steal this money away from everyday people. You know, not only whales, but exchanges, market makers. They will steal your money. If they see it on the table, they're going to take it. So it gets annoying because, you know, as we saw yesterday, we dropped clear down to like 94 or so. And that wasn't as bad as the other day, but it liquidated more. The other day on the 5th, we liquidated 1 billion. Yesterday, we liquidated 1.6 billion worth of leverage. So people weren't discouraged from the 5th. They kept piling on their leverage and got liquidated, got their money stolen away from them. And you know, it's irritating because without that, these market makers, these whales, they have no interest in dumping and making that volatility to the downside, at least. So it, you know, I always wish that people would stop using leverage like this. This is one thing that Raoul Pal really harps on as well, and Scott Milker, is, you know, the stupidity of going with high leverage on things, because it's transparent, and these big money can just steal your money away from you. Raoul Pal has a thing called "Don't F this up." And this is one of the ways that he says, you know, this is what effed things up the last cycle, is people just losing their leverage and giving it away. And then it eventually, you know, leaves the entire crypto market to buy things like yachts or jets or whatever whales buy. So I don't know. Anyways, guys, this happened yesterday. I do want to go over to the charts really quick and just show you guys some comfort in some things. The past few videos, I've been pointing out these symmetrical triangles, right? Or bull flags or pennants or whatever you want to call them. This was the first one I pointed out right here, this first blue line. This is the one I think I pointed out in my last video. And now we're putting in, or we were putting in this third symmetrical triangle. This morning we just broke through that. But guys, every time we have broken to the upside, you know, we broke out upside to this. And then we started putting in this other triangle here, broke to the upside here, and started putting in this third triangle. And we're breaking through to the upside now. What I will say is, you know, we basically, it feels like we've been trading fairly sideways. For the parabolic part of the cycle right now, this is fairly sideways action. But you can see this bottom line has served as the bottom line for all three of these triangles. So basically, let's just get rid of these triangles, at least these two. Basically, what we've been doing as far as the chart goes is we've had a high, a low, a higher high, a higher low, higher high, and now a higher low. So what we're going to be looking for in the future right now, we're breaking through, it will be whether we can, you know, before coming back down below this or even this, before we go back down below those levels, what we need to do is we need to set a new higher high up here somewhere, and continue this trend. Right now we're doing that. We're putting in higher highs and higher lows, and we are trending on this upward trend line right here that I have right here that's served kind of the bottom for every triangle that I've kind of shown you guys. So things are good, guys. I know sometimes it doesn't seem like it when we have a few down red days with a lot of volatility and we crash $4,000 in 1 minute. But as far as the chart goes, guys, we're putting in constructive patterns. And if you ever get nervous, just do this, okay? Just zoom out. We're going to go out to the daily. Just zoom out. I mean, this is the chart of Bitcoin. This is, and even further than that, you know, go back to 2023. I didn't mean to draw that. Let's see. You know, this is the chart we're looking at. Since 2022, back here, November 2022, we have just been tearing to the upside. So if you guys get emotional, remember your plans, stick to your plans, as I always say. And when in doubt, you know, zoom out. We're killing it. So don't get caught up in these minor, you know, minutely crashes that, you know, you think, oh, what's going on, and freak out and sell your Bitcoin. You know, do what's right for you always, and always have a plan, guys, and stick to it, you know. Okay, guys, so that is pretty much all I have for you guys. Again, I will be trying to get out a video on Friday where I'm going to be going over all of the news in a much better format than I usually do. So make sure you look for that Fridays. I'm going to try and do that every Friday for you guys. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for lending me your ear for a while. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.